Well, well, well. What have we here? Well, that's no way to speak to your host, now is it? I'll let it go this time, in light of the fact that you are chained to a wall and probably haven't had any food or water in at least a day or two. Is that right? I will never understand why they think this is necessary. Hold on. I'll get you out. There. No, this does not mean you're free to go. It means that I don't believe you should be chained to the wall like an animal. Even an animal I wouldn't chain to a wall. I've brought water. Here. Drink. There's nothing in it, I promise. Just drink it. There. There will be some food brought shortly. I didn't want to bring the food all at once because I don't want you to get sick. So we'll start with the water, a few sips here and there, and then I'll bring the food in or have it brought in. Okay? You humans are all the same. Do you think that you are a food group to all demons, or what? No, I'm not trying to fatten you up. And I'm trying not to be offended by that. Again, you've been through a lot, so I'll let it go. I don't believe in unnecessary suffering. So, even though you are captive here, even though you are being held, we're not going to make this any more unpleasant than it needs to be. So, while you sip your water, why don't you tell me why my guards found you creeping around my lair? Come now. There's no reason to keep information from me. I've already said I'm not going to hurt you. The king, of course. He sent you to get rid of me. That's a lovely way to put it. You know you're not the first, right? You know that several have tried and have not necessarily gone home to tell the tale. You know that, and yet you took on this mission anyway. Why? What makes you so different? Did you just tell me that you want to do what's right, and you believe taking care of someone the way the king wants you to is doing what's right? What makes you so sure? Well, what makes you so sure that what you're doing is right? Evil. I'm evil. Really. He believes that the inability to grow crops and to keep livestock in his kingdom is my fault. That's what he's told you. Is that what he's telling everyone? Nasty deeds. Well, well. Sounds like there's stories I'm unaware of. Do tell. Yes, of course. Of course he would blame that on me. It can't be a freak occurrence of weather or poor soil, or the fact that none of his farmers know how to treat animals properly to keep them healthy enough to produce eggs, milk, etc. Has nothing to do with that. It's all me. I'm evil and I'm poison, and I'm trying not to be upset because I know that you did not come up with this. I know the king, in all his infinite wisdom, created this problem. Let me ask you this. Do you believe it? It's a simple question. Do you believe what he has said about me? Fair. you are still contained in a cell, essentially. And I do apologize for my guards chaining you to the wall. That was unacceptable, and they have been reprimanded. I don't believe in that. Okay. Drink your water, and I will tell you the truth. And you can decide for yourself whether you believe it or not. All right? Yes, it's information, and what you do with it is up to you. I've been banished. Yes, banished to this lair on the outskirts of the kingdom. It's been several years now. Would you like to know why? Well, it's simple. I refused to be the king's mistress. Yes. He made me an offer, and I refused it. I don't wish to be anybody's mistress or kept under their thumb. That's not who I am. So, I was kicked out of the kingdom. I had to leave my family and my home. In fact, my family was relocated altogether. And here I am. I've managed to build myself a following, but you see, all of my guards are with me because they want to be, because I treat them well, because I don't believe that a crown on your head makes you any better than anyone else. So, they stay out of loyalty. They're very protective, very fiercely protective, because they know I'm worth protecting. As for the king, of course he's spreading that I'm poisoning his land and that I'm making problems, but has anyone stopped to look at his wizard? Yes, the man is old as dirt and absolutely vile. Completely. He keeps him to use him. The wizard thinks that he is above everyone else and the king favors him, but the reality is, if he were to lose his powers, the king would have him executed in a heartbeat. The wizard has been poisoning the soil. Yes. And I can't speak for the animals. I already mentioned the neglect and the way they're treated. But last I heard from reliable intelligence was that the wells have poison in them as well. So he's essentially taking down his own kingdom and blaming me for it. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. I would never maim animals, nor would I want to see people starve. I may be demon-born, but I've chosen a different path. He exiled my family. Demons as well. But as you know, there are others of us in the kingdom, and he has no problem with them. They cause no harm. So why would he? But that's the thing. I caused no harm. I never hurt anyone. I never did anything other than tell him no, which apparently he doesn't like. I want peace. I want to do good for the kingdom that I grew up in. But I'm a villain. I've been cast in that role. And I have yet to find a way to change that. That is true. Nobody that has ever been sent to kill me has returned. I didn't say anything happened to them. In fact, most of them are still here, with me. By their own free will, of course. The few that didn't wish to stay, I relocated them to somewhere safer, because if they returned to the king and told him that they had failed, he would take care of them. It's better this way. You believe me, don't you? I can see it on your face. You don't want to. You're struggling with a belief system that has been ingrained in you since you were a child, I'm betting. I understand. It means that the king would willingly harm his own people. And that's a lot to get your head around, especially when you're not feeling the greatest. The food will be here shortly. It's a horrible thought, yes. But it's what's happening. So now I'll ask you this. Knowing what's actually happening, what the king is actually doing, do you still wish to finish your mission? To do what you came here to do? Of course. Like I said, I know that you can't go back. The others couldn't either. So you have a choice. You can stay here, and we will take you on into our guard, and you will be taken care of. Or I can relocate you somewhere safe, like the others. I have connections that allow me to do this fairly easily. See, the king sends people to bother me, but he doesn't actually keep much of an eye on me. That should tell you right there that I'm not really a threat. I'm not going to hold you. You're free to go as soon as you've had a proper meal and some good rest. Yes, that is what I'm telling you. What you do from there is up to you. But you know what your options are. And in case you get any radical ideas, my guard is not going to allow you to complete your mission. Nor will I. It's not my first choice, but I will stop you if I need to. If my life depends on it, I will do what I have to do, but I'd prefer that it doesn't. We can both walk out of this unscathed. Choice is yours. I'm going to leave you now. Your food will be brought in momentarily. It seems that you're keeping the water down all right. Think about it. Yes? I don't think I've ever been thanked for telling my story before, but you're welcome. Thank you for listening. Just tell the guard when you're ready to tell me your choice, and you will be brought to me. And then you're free to do what you want. Enjoy your meal.